Yeah, man. So I really feel like it's just best to go with the flow, bro. I go with the flow in life, and that helps me. I'm gonna do the same with a group. I don't really set plans in my life. Um, I don't really set um how can I put it? I don't guess the future, you know?
Predict the
I don't
future type shit.
Yeah, and I don't assume to know what day anything is gonna occur in my personal life. And that keeps me peaceful and I stay productive, you know? So I'm gonna keep that same energy with the nation. Um, because the most high and a whole bunch of other elements be at work as well, you know?
For sure.
And also when we know we don't know some things, when we just keep it real and know we don't know some things, it just leaves us really open to really receive the true answers. You know? So I say all that to say what I do know and what we do know right now is that the nation definitely needs a financial system of its own, and not just us as Love Nation, but every unrecognized tribe, every private entity that doesn't technically isn't technically regulated by like a central bank or Federal Reserve. You feel me? Basically, people who ain't plugged into the public system, the
Right.
financial system, we must do what BRICS is doing. Um, and that's a separate conversation than just liquidating securities, but we're gonna have both of these. So what is BRICS doing? It's a group of countries who realize that the traditional, the traditional clearing and settlement system is blocking them out of transactions. Like SWIFT was blocking them out of transactions. A bunch of European and Western nations was blocking them out of transactions, slowing down their business, slowing down their flow. And I'm here to say that's the same shit that's going on with the mass public and us when we trying to when we are working diligently to execute the knowledge that we know about negotiable instruments and securities, and we're sending these securities off to companies, sending them off to banks, attempting to get them respected and having to go to court and all of that. Why you gotta go to court? Why you gotta sue a motherfucker because you sent them some money? You know, and they
Right.
want to
Right.
act like they didn't get it. Why? It's because of a very clear economic warfare, man. It's economic warfare involved nation to nation, and it's economic warfare involved with a nation and its subjects, shall we say, right? And companies. And what do I mean? So we know that negotiable instruments are acceptable for payments, well, to discharge obligations. We overstand securities. And right now, you, me, and everybody in the universe has the right to write their own promissory notes and bills of exchange. And it ain't got to be that deep. You literally can write, I promise to pay you however much you are in debt to somebody on a piece of paper, sign it, and give it to them. And it is good as gold in international law and in local law and in federal law. That's good as gold. Okay. Yet the standardization systems and the organizations that we're dealing with, they practice economic warfare. They let you in if you're part of, if they could be, if they could benefit the way they choose to benefit, and they block your processes if they can't benefit from you the way that they choose to benefit, right? Now, that's not necessarily federally or internationally lawful. Yet the process of going through courts and getting your redress is different than the process of setting up your own system and not needing a motherfucker, right?
Right.
So we as a people tend to be focused on the fight, the let's attack these institutions and these agencies and prove to them that we have the right to do what we're doing. Well, the fight requires extreme amounts of energy and a whole bunch of your time, and you cannot guarantee success that route, right? It's dependent upon the defense, right, or the country, or the financial institution, or the court system approving your grievance, your complaint, and your claim, right? Now, we know historically that it's not 100% law that's going to dictate if you win in court. It's also some legal shit. It's also some secret shit. It's also some good old boys club shit. It's also a whole bunch of bullshit. Okay. Now, what I've noticed, and this is going to get us straight into the conversation of the brokerage and all of that, but it's very important to realize we have to wake up as a group of people, because what we're doing is detrimental of how we're going about our remedies. And I'm saying this to you because it's very true. It's detrimental because we're judging each other personally and our family members and our associates and our peers and even our educators. We're judging their capacity to deliver solutions based upon the willingness of the enemies to accept their processes. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So what we're doing as a people, yes, we're woke and yes, we're waking, but we're not baking and quaking because we're still judging our success on the willingness of our enemy to approve our attempts. Okay. And what that means is when you have a teacher who's teaching you some processes or some knowledge, it tends to be that the masses of people are determining if they're going to follow a process or work with somebody or unite or actually do something. They're judging the success and failures based upon did the quote unquote system accept and or approve their process. They are not judging should they move forward with this person, should they move forward with this entity, should they link up like Brinks trucks. They're not judging it based upon sound law. They're judging it based upon the effect that it has in this 3D world when it's encountered with the, let's just say, enemy forces. Let's just keep it fucking simple. When it's encountered with foreign institutions, foreign entities, right? Foreign bankers. Did the foreign bank accept that? If so, then the people say they're gonna roll. Did the enemy that's holding you down, did the oppressor accept your document? If so, then they say you winning. If the oppressor did not accept your document, they say you losing. They say you don't know what you're doing. They say they can't fuck with you. They say you ain't got no receipts. Well, let me tell you, the oppressor can accept a few here, a few there, and deny a whole bunch. And if they see that the mass of the people is only following people who got accepted by them, then they know the people still not free. You're still not free if you're only following or going through processes that your enemy has approved. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So what's the solution and what is we doing? Well, you have to simply think. Every system in the world, every banking system, every legal system, every insurance system, every system is ran by some standards. And those standards are operated by some codes. That's the matrix. Let me just do a little simple diagram. So you have standards.
I can't see your screen if you're showing something.
No, it's not on the screen because I'm on my phone. So what I'm gonna do, let me see how I could share my camera, it looks like. Then could I flip this camera around? I don't know, but we're gonna just do this very simple. So every country, okay, this is a very important conversation. Why? Because most people, most of us who are attempting to get these solutions, we are either organized as individuals, right? We're just going at it ourselves, right? Trying to lead the way for our family to see we successful. Or for those who are extremely lucky, they have a group of family members that's moving forward with them, or you can say a group of associates who moving forward with a process. And if you're a family member or associates, y'all came together in a trust, right? Or some type of organization. So what we got individuals. I'm just gonna say this is just sloppy, but individuals, you got groups, and you're typically private, okay? Attempting to get your, let's just say, instruments in the system. Now, this is the issue right here. And this ain't even about being high level. This is about being simple right here. Can we see? You got individuals and groups. It's very simple. You got individuals and groups, and they're private, right? So we are coming in our private capacities, right? As individuals, groups, we say we Aboriginal, we got our own tribes, our own private trust and whatever. And we got our instruments. We're looking according to international and federal law, and we're seeing that these instruments are right. Yet we trying to get them in the system. Why are we trying to get them in the system? We're trying to get them in the system so that we can handle business while we're operating in these systems. But what's interesting is that the system is not just one system. It's a whole bunch of systems, and they're either connected or not. What do I mean? You have different clearing and settlement systems. You have different countries. Every country, let's break down this system. We talk about money real quick. It's important to know this so that when we're going at these strategies and these offers, we kind of know what we're doing, right? So the system ain't just one system. You have central security depositories, and they have central banks. Okay, and these central banks have their own clearing and settlement departments. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're keeping it real simple. And CSD represents Central Security Depository. You feel me, bro?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So you got, and these, I'm keeping it extremely simple for a reason. So you got Central Security Depository, CSDs. That's every country has a Central Security Depository. These Central Security Depositories, they transfer those securities and they're liquidated and operated through central banks. Right. Central banks is dealing with the money system of a country. Now, the Central Security Depositories and the central banks typically utilize the same clearing and settlement systems. These clearing and settlement systems are the operators of these securities. They're moving through these clearing and settlement systems. So this is a system, but remember, each country has one. They got their own Central Security Depository, central banks, clearing and settlement systems. Okay? For instance, I'm gonna give an example, and this is just rock with me here. DTCC also does clearing and settlement. You got the clearing house that makes transactions, and then you got ACH network. So we're going to take a look at the United States of America really quickly. This is sloppy, but we're going to get the picture. All right. The Central Security Depository of the United States of America is the DTC, Depository Trust Clearing Corporation. Okay. We're breaking down the system, the money system. The Central Bank of the United States of America is the Federal Reserve. The clearing and settlement systems operating in the United States of America is the ACH network and the clearing house. Now we're about to get into some shit because the clearinghouse is the first private network that we brought up in these systems. Now it's going to get interesting. You'll notice in all the systems, you have public networks and private networks. Public networks and private networks in all the systems. Remember, we want to get these instruments in the system. The problem and the issue has been people have been attempting to get their instruments in the system through service providers, not through actual settlement systems. Service providers could be your bank. It could be your broker. These are service providers. These are custodians. They are transfer agents. They're at the bottom level of the totem pole, okay? Mm-hmm. The system that they utilizing to make these transactions are the Federal Reserve System, DTC, ACH network, because they're dealing with the public, okay? What's the difference between a public system and a private system? What's the difference between the public and the private? Well, the public is accessible to each and every and any person indiscriminately within an entity. So let's explain. The entity could be a country, United States of America. That is not the country, actually. It's called the United States. Okay? Yeah, the United States, right? What's public in the United States is each and every person, business, everything. When anything indiscriminately can access something, it is a public thing. So a public stock market is accessible by anybody. There's no real requirements. Anybody can get it, right? A public school is accessible to anyone. Anyone could come and enroll. Okay, what's the difference between public and private? Remember, private ain't for everybody. So if you're a private person, you ain't for everybody. You got a private contract, that's a deal between two parties. It's not for everybody. Everybody doesn't have the privileges and benefits in that agreement. If it's a private network, a private Well, public bank, any and everybody can access it, right? Anybody can go. Private bank, there's requirements to go, okay? So remember, we're private people, private individuals, private trusts, private motherfucking nations, private tribes, and we're attempting to get our private securities. The problem is in these public systems. That's the problem. You're trying to get our private instruments, sending them to public companies like banks and telling them to enforce them. You understand?
Yeah, no, yeah, you know.
So it's a big mix-up. And yeah, you can go fighting, you can go to war because lawfully that negotiable instrument should be exchanged and can be. Yet the systems and the networks that they're dealing with don't even respect that process. So what are we talking about? Hey, we're talking about the necessity for private institutions and private families, private trusts, private nations, and private tribes to have their own private systems and to know how to operate in the private systems that are already set up when it comes to negotiating, transferring, and liquidating your private instruments. All right, so in the United States of America, what you're going to notice is DTC, the Federal Reserve, and the ACH network, neither one of those are governmental because the United States itself is not a country. And how could you find that out? It's not the United States, but Washington, D.C. that was given country status. And Washington, D.C. is literally a branch of the United Kingdom. But what we're going to talk about is the fact that the United States right now, according to the Macon Code, is it Macon Code? Fuck. Probably got that word wrong. But there's a code. The country code is issued by an organization. The United States has the country code XXU, which means that it is a private operation. It's a private custom operation. Not to get too deep, all I'm here to say is our private instruments as individuals, tribes, private trusts, and private companies, when we start our companies, whether we incorporate them in a state or not, they're private. Off top, they're private. They're not public until and unless we allow each and every person to access our stocks, our securities, and our products and services. Okay? So when you start out, you're private. So what is our goal? What is needed? Our necessity, because we're not looking to have to go to court every time we want to pay somebody, every time we want to issue an instrument. We're not looking to have to just go to court and try to enforce everything every way. So what we're doing is we're issuing private instruments lawfully. We're making sure that our instruments are issued privately. And when they are issued publicly, we have to know the only public institutions that we are approving and stamping right now is our tribes. Love Nation is a public institution to the members in Love Nation, not to foreigners, not to foreign entities. You understand? So Love Nation itself is a public entity because it is a nation, yet its public capacity only extends to the members in Love Nation, just like the United States of America or whatever. Its public operations, its public institutions are only there to serve United States of America citizens, institutions, organizations. You see? So even when you establish something public, you have the right to still only service the members of your society or your network of organizations, shall we say. So what's the play? The play is issuing private securities. And if and when we want them to enter into a foreign market, see, because Love Nation, we have our own jurisdiction. Yet if we wanted our private securities to enter, say, the United States private market, then we can privately place them in the United States. We deal with private placements. Same with any other country. If we're a foreign jurisdiction, Love Nation, wanted our public or private securities to enter the private market of the UK or Brazil, then we're going to be going and issuing them according to and transferring them according to the private security laws of that country, okay? So that's key to know. So what we're going to go over right now, really quick as an example, is a private placement memorandum for the private holding company of the Society of Love Nation. Love Nation is an indigenous society and we set up a private holding company as the holding company for our society. It's called Moneyverse Financial Holding Company.
All right. Okay.
You good, bro?
Yeah.
Before I move forward at all, man, you can talk your shit. You got anything to say, any questions, any comments to add from what I've been saying? This is pretty much the prequel to the sequel. But if
Yeah,
you
no,
want to say anything, you got the flow.
I understand everything you're saying. I understand everything you're saying. So,
Yeah, man.
I'm just listening right now.
I feel you. Yeah, what you feel, man? Let's talk about a couple topics, and I want to get your feedback. When it comes to our people, because unity is necessary, bro. Unity is extremely necessary. Numbers matter.
Mm-hmm.
And the ability for our people to group together and to come in groups into support of causes and institutions is necessary. Now, our people typically are following the leaders who have a lot of followers, and they're following things for different reasons. What do you think do you have anything to add or any light to shine on the way that you see our people linking up and how they're following people who may have receipts? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Yet the solution is not nation building 100%. It's not a true sustainable solution. And I'm not against those persons. Yet it seems like our people was just going for solutions just to get some money and not really considering if that solution is sustainable long term for their family, their children, their nation. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What do you think about that, man? Because I'll be thinking about that a lot.
I think, of course, you're gonna go to the big following, the immediate now. People are going for the now. They want now. They need food now. They need shelter now. They need knowledge now. So I figure they see people. They're doing the gurus, not the guru, the so-called gurus. They're doing the footwork. They're doing the promotions. They're doing all the media. They're promoting the knowledge, what they're giving, and they will them in. Once 10, 20, 30, 40, 100 people fall in line, more gonna follow. But as far as building a nation, we have to give them something that never's been done before. You know what I mean? And I have a few ideas for that, but it's like we have to give them structure. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, the Instagram and the Facebook and the TikTok knowledge is on point, but we have to build structures across America, across the world, that people can walk in and get this knowledge. You know what I mean? Get this help and walk out feeling a million times different, a million times better. You know what I mean? With these numbers, like the so-called enemy, they could change this around. They don't want to. You know what I mean? I'm talking about from mortgages, from car notes, from having a job, because they need people to have a job. We need people to work. Everybody can't be free. In my, opinion, everybody is not capable of being free because they mentally not, I feel like everybody's not capable, because if it was, it would have been happened. You're gonna have them people that's workers. You're gonna have them people that wanna be slaves, that wanna work, that wanna be in corporate, that wanna hold the next person down, that wanna destroy. That's really what it is with this matrix. People are comfortable in the matrix. That's what I see. People are comfortable with fame. Once a person gets some type of fame, notoriety, people gonna follow. That's big ups to them. But the ones they follow are probably not even capable of retaining this information. They still in the matrix. You know what I mean? Like, because it could have been happening. The nation could have been built. Somebody could have did this 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago, somebody, within our people could have established a universal policy. Everybody living in bliss and happy, and it was running like a well-oiled machine. You know what I mean? But for some reason, it hasn't happened yet. So I just feel like people go off of the fame. You know what I mean? Like, that's why it's so easy for them to get receipts. And then people take the knowledge and start selling it themselves. So for a person to join the nation, for people to join the nation, they got to really believe in the nation. They got to really believe in it. They can't be they can't have no doubt. And these other so-called gurus, they're not building nations. They building ebook platforms and websites. They're not building nations. And if they are, it's very private. It's just like you said earlier, is they building it with their family. So yeah, we just, we got this. We just got to figure out how to, not even figure it out. We got it. We just got to construct it, put it in play.
I feel you. I feel you 1,000,000,000%, man. So yeah, I really do. I feel you. You said a whole bunch of real shit, and I feel you on the physical structures that's necessary. So let's talk about structure strategy, real simple. So Love Nation. Let me see. I might as well share the screen real quick. Oh shit, it's not recording?
Yeah, it's recording.
I don't know what the heck is going on right now. Okay, share.
You not
It say start recording and casting with Zoom. Okay. I really don't know you can see the screen.
No, I see you. I see your avatar, the letter K. But casting it is gonna make it go live. Like whatever Zoom platform is connected to, or it's gonna cast it to like a TV, some network close to you.
Okay, I was trying to pull up but look, let me see if I can't share my screen, it looks like. But they
Can you
let me
put it in
share
the chat?
my camera. You can see my camera though, huh? That's crazy.
Can you put it in the chat?
I could put it in the chat as a link, but you could it's just the Love Nation website. So this is the thing. I want
Oh
to
yeah,
just
I'm on my laptop. I'm on the Love Nation website.
see if you can share the screen and show it.
No. I'm on my phone on Zoom, but I'm on my laptop.
Okay, bet. So you'll be able to see what I wanted to show. So this is what I do. Go to your site. Yeah, you can go to Love Nation, pull up the Constitution. What I'm just finna discuss real quick, which we've said in another video, but I just want to go over what Love Nation is in its core. So at its core, it's an infrastructure for tribes and unrecognized nations all around the world, right? Because I realize the same situation that we're facing with financially, we're facing as a nation, and it's the fact that our infrastructure capacities is needed. It was a need, it was a necessity, excuse me, to establish those things that are the infrastructure of a nation. And what those things are is its registries, its public registries, its courts, different departments, its constitution, the core of what a nation is. And what I'm gonna do, since we are video recording, I'm just gonna share my screen. Share my camera. It might look a little strange, but I don't know if they let me turn around screen. Okay, it don't look like it's letting me turn around my screen, but shit. Anyway, Love Nation, man. I'm just gonna say Love Nation. If you go to lovenationamericanindians.com, you go to the bottom, you're going to notice first off, Love Nation does business as Love Nation, but our true name is United Nations of Chippewa, Ottawa, and Potawatomi. That's because that's who we are. If you Google and you learn a little bit about the United Nations of Chippewa, Ottawa, and Potawatomi, it was organized and it has treaties with the United States of America in the early 1800s. One of its leaders, his name was Billy Caldwell. My birth name is Kevin Caldwell. Billy Caldwell is my great grandfather or great grandfather, one of the two. We really don't know, but it's one of the two. And at the same time, we reestablished, I just took it upon myself due to my birthright to reestablish the United Nations of Chippewa, Ottawa, and Potawatomi. Yes, it is and was a collection of tribes. Yes, right now there are a lot of Chippewa, Ottawa, and Potawatomi tribes that are federally recognized. But being federally recognized is allowing the government to manage all of your estates and your trusts. What we're doing is we're establishing the state of love. We established a state of love to manage and administer the estates of the United Nations of Chippewa, Ottawa, and Potawatomi for all the tribes of United Nations of Chippewa, Ottawa, and Potawatomi that are not federally recognized, and for all those tribes who we will get into alliance with, and they will join the alliance under the umbrella of Love Nation, because that's what we're doing business as now. So what did we realize? We realized right now that there's a lot of tribes, there's a lot of nations, and we simply require infrastructure, not only throughout the North America and South America, but throughout the Caribbean, throughout Africa. There's a lot of unrecognized tribes, and they're just not recognized by the current states and the current governments that are really colonial powers. There are colonial powers on the force of these Aboriginal, on the land of these Aboriginal government, or the Aboriginal land. There are colonial forces still on the land, and they're looked at as traditional governments when they are truly not traditional. The traditional governments are the Aboriginal governments that are deemed unrecognized. Yet collectively, it's time for us to recognize each other. And that's what we're talking about. The Love Nation is an intergovernmental organization. It is all of the tribes coming together and sharing an infrastructure. If you click on Constitution, all right, if you go to the site, okay, I'm just going to show this for anybody who, you go to the site, you scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll see a link that says Constitution. And you get to the Constitution and it'll pull up, right? Bow. Believe you can see it in the screen, Constitution of Love Nation. But you following along, right?
Yeah.
I want you to simply go, the key is the registries, okay? I want you to simply go to article, I believe it's 14. No, it's article 11. Go to article 11, because article 11 of the Constitution of Love Nation is the part where we all collectively as different tribes come together and we share this. We share our registries. In sharing our registries, that's how we establish our collective financial systems, our collective data systems, where we're exchanging our data, and let's look at these different registries. These are registries that are similar to traditional countries, right? We have the first registry is the non-SWIFT ISIN security registry. That's the registry where all of our security numbers are ISINs. They're non-SWIFT issued, so we get to issue our own ISINs, and they're in that registry for all of the tribes. The non-SWIFT ISRC registry, that's all of our ISRC codes that's dealing with intellectual property. The non-SWIFT ISIL, CFI, and FSN registry. These are numbers that relative to securities identifiers, financial instruments identifiers, identifying the type of security, and things of that nature. The non-UN low code registry is a registry where we register all of our public libraries and museums and things of that nature. The community vessel registry is where we register all of our vessels, our boats, yachts, things that travel on water and marine life, right? Community banking registry, that's where we're going to register all of our BIC and IBAN codes. BIC codes is bank identifier codes, but these shall be non-SWIFT BIC codes, non-SWIFT IBAN codes, right? Because we're utilizing our own standardization organization, not under the guise of SWIFT. National IDs and passports, that's a registry. Now, our national IDs with our nation, as well as any other nation and tribe that's within and has an alliance with Love Nation, we share the registry. Now we all can share our information and we good in the hood. Now, this is important. I just really wanted to stay there. There is 9 registries. Those 9 registries, when collectively utilized with family tribes and amongst the unrecognized tribes all over the world, we utilize the same registries. Then we have on our hands an alternative system that's specifically for our tribes and our nations, and we will be recognized amongst each other. And we don't have to talk that unrecognized talk. We're recognized amongst each other. Now, in the foreign venues, they have a choice to recognize or not. We don't give a fuck. But amongst each other, it's time for us to recognize each other. It's time for us to respect the recognition of our peers, of our other tribes, more so than the fucking foreigners that fucking took us over and shit. What the fuck? So again, Love Nation is here so we can get over the ethnocentric perspectives and so we can stop sucking the dick of the enemy in order to get approved for the processes and the things that we're doing. That's very important, okay? And I myself don't perceive that there's an enemy while I'm talking like this. I'm just using these terms so we can clearly understand things. Some people choose to be enemies by how they operate. It doesn't make them my enemy. They're not fucking qualified, but they choose to operate that way. We got to deal with it accordingly, right? Yet the point is their systems aren't fucking user-friendly for us. They're not always accepting our documents. They're not always accepting our laws, our rules and regulations, so we do it ourselves. And also, the other, that's important because we also share collectively amongst ourselves our court systems. All right? We have, and we'll go back to Love Nation's website for that. So the registries in our courts, I'm saying this because this is nation building talk. What it's time for our people to realize is that we must link up where it matters, and that's on our registries. Okay, we must unite in our registries. We must respect every group's constitution that they have amongst their own members, and then we must be able to let them fly their flag in their own courts, and we must share courts as well. And that's the key: share registries and share courts. We collaborate there amongst all of our unrecognized tribes, and we're recognized amongst each other, you feel me? And when they call them unregistered securities, they may be unregistered in those foreign venues, yet if we, and since we can, and since we have established our own registries and re-register our securities in our own registries, they're registered securities amongst ourselves, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what the fuck is important. That's what the fuck the point is, and that's what the fuck is necessary right now. And that's what we're doing, right? Establishing the registries, it's time to set them up and use them, and establishing the tribal courts. The tribal courts, as y'all can see when you go to the website, I don't know what the screen's seeing, but if you can see where my finger, let me know. Can you see where my finger at?
No.
Okay, I don't know what this, okay.
Yeah, I can see.
So we got tribal courts. This is at the bottom of the website. The Global Association of Tribal Arbitrators, okay. The Tribal Tribunal of Truth and the Cosmic Court of Justice. That's where we all need to link up. And I mean that. I'm talking to every tribe in the galaxies throughout the cosmos. Okay? Cosmic Court of Justice. You heard that? Yeah. You got planes, you got, it's popping. We know it's popping all throughout the cosmos, and we know it's popping here. We accept cosmic laws in Love Nation. We accept cosmic laws. You got to read our Constitution to get with that. Yeah, what am I talking about? Global Association of Tribal Arbitrators. That's where our arbitrators, right, our judges within our tribes, they meet with other judges throughout other tribes, right? And throughout other tribes, you got in America, I can list off some tribes, right? You got a bunch of people setting up tribes. There's thousands of unrecognized tribes if you Google them, but I'm going to talk about some that our people know from the YouTubes and shit. The Aboriginal Republic of North America set up a tribe, right? You got Don Colum, you got the Colum Kingdom, right? You got a bunch of tribes. You got, Rod Hayes is linking up with the women, the queens in the Carolinas. They got the tribes popping, right? You got a lot of tribes popping, right? It's just a lot of them right now. I believe even Dan Calloway is starting a tribe, right? So all of these tribes is okay. Because it's like this, I truly perceive that those who really enter this world strong and they have a following right now, they're going to turn their companies into tribes. You feel me? If they're
Right.
smart, I'm talking about if you're an influencer and you're smart, you would create a tribe right now instead of just saying, "Hey, I got a tribe." You know how people say, "My followers are my tribe" and all that shit. You can, if they really started a tribe right now, it's okay. It's real. They should do it. All influencers should start tribes. Yeah, you start your constitution, you do it right, you identify how you want to live. But what we're saying is we need to link up, share registries, and share the tribal courts, share, all of our judges, the lead judges in our tribes, link up as Global Association of Tribal Arbitrators so we can discuss the rulings. And our rulings and the way we operate is compatible with the system. Yet we don't have to be integrated. And it's very important to know what I mean by that. I mean, all of our money systems, all of this private placement memorandum, how it's operating, its system that we're finna go over, the way we do our security business, the way we do our banking businesses, the way we do our court businesses, it's compatible to the standards of the world. It's compatible to the standards of regular countries and fiat currencies. This compatible and it's capable of being integrated. Yet we're not pushing it. It's not necessary to be integrated. What we're saying is if the countries want to allow our rulings to be accepted and want our money to be accepted, it's going to be too easy because we follow the same standards. It's going to easily be able to come from Love Nation, a new Bank of Brahman, Central Bank, and Expect Trust, our Central Securities Depository. We'd easily be able to transfer it to DTC. We'd easily be able to transfer it to the Federal Reserve because our standards are compatible with the standards that they use. It's important for us to do that. You feel me? Because a lot of our people do want and we deserve integration when needed, when it's benefiting us for specific commercial operations, right? Yet, and we don't want to make that process difficult, yet we don't want to make that process necessary for the success of our people. We don't want to make them have to get the U.S. Treasury to approve their bills or have to get the Federal Reserve to approve it or have to get the fucking SEC to approve it or whatnot for them to be able to do business. And the only way that's going to be able to work is two things have to happen. A, we have to set up our own system, which we did, which we've done, and other nations and other tribes are doing. But then B, we have to unify and connect our systems, just like we see and they connect their systems, right? They create these standardization bodies, these associations, and these countries start linking up their systems so they can do business together. And it's the same with us. We got our tribes. See, United Nations of Chippewa, Ottawa, and Potawatomi is not a tribe. It's a nation. And a nation consists of a group of tribes. So the United Nations of Chippewa, Ottawa, and Potawatomi is a nation, but that's not my tribe. My tribe, okay, is the Caldwell tribe. The Caldwell was the last name that I was born with. From Billy Caldwell, he got the Caldwell Band, and he was given the Caldwell Reserve, 1,600 acres in Chicago. He was he was one of the leaders of the United Nations of Chippewa, Ottawa, and Potawatomi. But his tribe was the Caldwell Band. You feel me? Mm. So when a lot of people, they be like, "Oh, I'm not joining Love Nation. I ain't trying to follow you, nigga, Kiel." Nigga, you could be a chief of Love Nation too. All the chiefs, you're a chief of your tribe, you can come and be a chief of Love Nation too. Because this is where all the tribes link up. Mm-hmm. Love Nation is where all the tribes link up and we establish standardizations and we establish rules and regulations that's going to go through all the tribes so we can do business tribe to tribe. Social appropriations the right way. Money transfers the right way. Value transactions the right way. And that's the only way we're going to stop sucking the dicks of our enemies.
100 facts.
All right. So hopefully that was some clarity on what's going on in this mother sucker.
Now, I know. I'm definitely, but that was for the audience. Whenever
you publish this, this is for the people.
Yeah, no, but yeah. Hey, yeah.
Talk your shit, man.
I'm taking everything in right now. I'm just like, okay. Because like, that's what I'm on. You know what I mean? I know what Love Nations is. It's not one tribe. It's a gang of tribes together to live abundantly. You know what I mean? and stop being scared and breaking out the motherfucking matrix. Just break out that shit and create your own. You know what I mean? Create your
Literally,
own.
we're creating our own, but the key is this. I truly, this is the key. All matrix are beneficial.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I don't have no
So,
negative tension towards, you know what I mean? None of that shit.
but check it out though. Check it out
Everything is
though.
everything.
Everything is everything. Guess what though? We're gonna say that again. All matrices are beneficial. So this is a new conversation to have amongst the nations. A new conversation to have amongst the tribes is this. See, because it's one thing for us to know that we're powerful, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing for us to know, yeah, we melanated. We were the original, the aboriginals on the land. Yeah, we the ones. It's one thing to know we're of the true First Nations. We them first peoples. It's one thing for us to know that. It's a whole nother thing for us to know what is our unique value. What do we offer the world? What do we offer other nations? What do we offer other civilizations? This is important. Let's talk about this. See, because fighting and waking up from realizing we are powerful, that's okay. That's one thing. Let me give you an example. 2016, I was, the Most High put me in a position to organize the United States of America men's kabaddi team. It was a Olympic level team. We played kabaddi, which is the national sport of India. I was able to organize about 12 to 20 people, young Aboriginal men who were supportive of the hip hop culture. We went to India. We got flew in by the government of India. This is true. You can be able to Google it. We were on ESPN. We flew into the government of India and we represented the United States of America in India's national sport. Now we knew, because we melanated people. Man, we never played the sport. We practiced for 6 months, but we melanated. We got power and pride. We were so pumped up. We knew we was the shit. We was amped. Our first match was against Iran, literally. We went against Iran, the United States of America versus Iran in kabaddi, our first match. We was hyped. We came out the fucking, man, it was ESPN, lights, cameras, and action. We came out the gates, got our asses whooped. We got our asses whooped every fucking match. We never won a match. But what's the point? We know who we are. We were powerful. We were pumped up. But when it got to knowing who you are, that's one thing. We linking up and we practicing, yeah, we the shit. That's one thing. But entering the world stage is a whole nother thing. So right now, we have to do all of this shit. We gotta meet some of the people where they at and instill some pride in them. We gotta meet some people where they at and say, yeah, you got your pride, but do you know your unique value? And then once these tribes realize their unique value, what do you have to offer the world? What's your culture? What do you have to offer the world? That becomes your greatest export. You realizing something. You growing not just from knowing you something, but seeing who you are as a tribe. What do you offer the world? What do you offer other nations? Now you can look at the world and say, okay, I see we got some colonizers. They still running their nations as companies and shit. We got some tribal nations. They running their shit. And you can look at these colonizing nations, European nations, and Arabian nations and Chinese nations. And you can look at their companies, their countries, their operations, and you can choose as a tribe to say, hey, when it comes to that nation, our foreign relation policy is this. Well, in regards to the United States of America, we're going to be doing business with them like this and that. We're not going to do business here. We can offer them this, and we're not going to offer them this. You see what I'm saying? You get to come up with how you choose to relate to that nation. What's your benefit? You say, hey, well, USA, the only thing we're going to do is help them prevent poverty. Only thing we're going to help them do is help them get motherfuckers out of the slums. The only thing we're gonna help the USA do is help uphold the rights of the lowest of their members. That's our relationship with the USA. We ain't got nothing else coming for them. We might be able to, we also gonna let some of their high-level institutions purchase some of these tax-exempt bonds so that they can put their money to help the Aboriginals throughout the world. You know, that may be our policy with the USA, but we're not gonna help. We ain't doing no business with none of their corporations that ain't benefiting us. We ain't gonna be helping other shit. You see, you may set up your policies. You say, what's your policies with other tribes? You may say, okay, cool. Us as Love Nation, yeah, we're a nation. Caldwell band, we're a tribe. We may say, okay, we see the Maroons over there in Jamaica doing their thing. You see them? You see them doing their thing? I see them doing their thing. You see them doing their thing? I see them doing their thing. We may say, hey, look, we want to link up with them brothers. We might help them with some marketing. We see they got an issue. We might help them connect with hip hop artists that's in America and to promote their cause. Shit, we might get some brothers who like cannabis because I see that they got a cannabis project, the Maroons, with their Aboriginal. We might get some people in our tribe to go down there and invest in their cannabis projects. You know, we may also connect in our education programs and say, okay, let's go down and do an annual tour on the Maroon land. Let's also find some of their curriculum and incorporate it in our homeschool curriculum that we pushing out throughout our tribes. You see? You hear me, bro? You there?
Oh, no. Yeah, pure facts. You ain't said shit wrong.
These are the conversations that assist the tribes and the nations with setting up our policies and procedures for how we're going to be moving. That's very important. These policies and procedures are needed to be put in place in our governmental offerings and our term sheets for our money. You get it? If you don't have your foreign relations policies in order, how you gonna be dealing with these colonizing countries that's still out here attempting to colonize? How you gonna be dealing with these international organizations? How you gonna be dealing with these lobbyists? How you gonna be relating to the single parent mothers? How you gonna deal to the ignorant motherfuckers out there? Excuse my language. How you gonna be dealing with the smart people? How you gonna be dealing with the other tribes that's waking up? You need a policy for each and every one of these types of people. Economic policy, a cultural appropriation policy, or where you're going to be dealing with them in court, if need be, all of them. And that's how you start to set up some paths of communication, some paths of operation, some paths of commerce. And you evolve from just being some people who think they know who they are to being some people who showing who they are. All right, so now, one of the things that is happening in order to make sure that this happens is, see, money got to flow. Money got to flow. Money represents value that has been rendered. That's our money. See, our money is credit money. It's not debt-based money. So we measure the value that we've been put out into this world, and we store that value, and that becomes our money. We measure the value that we put out into the world, we store that value, and that becomes our money. That's our algorithm. We measure the value we put out, we store that value, and that becomes our money. And that is exactly how you get back what you put out in life. You measure the value, you store the value, and that becomes your money. That's exactly what we do for our money source, okay? And our securities as well. We don't issue debt securities. We don't issue no debt securities over here. We only issue credit-based securities. We only issue equity-based securities. We only issue securities and currency that represent value that we truly do have right now. Value that we truly have put out into this world. Services that we truly have rendered. Products that we truly have exchanged and rendered for the benefit of a person or a tribe or a nation or organization or institution. That's our formula. Rendered services, rendered products, value extinguished. We measure that, we store that, and that's our money. And that's our algorithm. We can put it in a very technical way for you if you want to. Yet money versus financial holding company All right, we're finna look at its document. As long as my main man can share his screen. As long as you can share your screen, we're gonna look at the document. If not, we're gonna transcribe that another day for another play. Yeah.
You know,
What
give
do
me
I
a minute.
do?
Give me a minute. I step away from the laptop real quick.
No problem. You try to do that, and I'm about to. Well, not try. You work on that, and I'm gonna wrap up the purpose of Moneyverse Financial Holding Company. So Moneyverse Financial Holding Company is actually a trust. It's a trust that's set up to provide non-bank financial services to members of Love Nation, to entities of Love Nation, to tribes of Love Nations, to governments in Love Nation. So the non-bank financial services that it provides is things such as merchant banking, securities, investments, acquisition services, things of that nature. So one of the main roles of Moneyverse Financial Holding Company is to issue securities and to provide issuer services to members who wish to issue securities, and these securities get utilized in order to serve as sources of capital to finance the operations within the tribal aboriginal institutions throughout Love Nation and our associated tribes and our member tribes and institutions. So what does that mean in its layman's terms? Moneyverse Financial Holding Company get money to finance projects throughout the nations of tribes. Okay? That's what we do. We get money, we issue money, and all of that money, that capital, is aimed at stimulating the economies and providing substance for the operations of the tribes throughout the world that's part of the nation. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're either gonna look at and or just overview, talk about this first offering, right? Let's see. I'm gonna stop sharing. Can you press share? Does it let you press share at the bottom of the screen? Y'all waiting?
No, I say only hosts.
Okay, so I don't know. Let me see if I can go to meeting settings. Allow you to share. I don't think so. Let's see. Oh wow. Okay, let's see if I could mess. Oh, they got whiteboards in here. Okay, so I could draw shit. That's cool. Oh shit. All right, my bad, man. I'm pressing all types of little buttons trying to see how I could
No, that was cool. I seen the whiteboard.
yeah, but I noticed that's oh, I could go to a web URL. Oh, that's oh shit. That's not gonna get us to the security though. How about we first look at the company? Fuck it. Moneyverse.fac.com. All right, so you can see this. We just going with the flow, bro. We going with the flow. So the security that's being issued, well, we have multiple securities we're issuing, but we're going to talk about one. It's based on Moneyverse. So if you go to moneyversefhc.com, you'll see this is an administrator of the holding company for the tribe. So one of our administrators is called Moneyverse, but you'll notice this Moneyverse specifically is a branch located in the UK. So this is a UK limited entity that was created and is owned by Chief Kiel Mansa and was set up to help administer the Moneyverse Financial Holding Company's offering, okay? Amongst other services it offers. So let's go here and look really quickly. It says, we provide capital and returns to propel people with purpose, vision, and innovation. Long story short, this is where you can go when you're ready to receive some funds or to apply for some funds or to invest in the fund itself, or if you want to get some training so that you can manage some of these funds and help invest it as you see fit according to our methodologies, right? But as it says here, Moneyverse Limited administers the USA-based fund, which is a 33% perpetual bond offering and has secured 27 billion in subscription to date. So we have that's 27 billion subscription, and we're gonna go over that offering in a second. You guys can go here. I don't want to get led too far into this conversation here, but you can go and check out the site some more on your own if you so see fit. This is actually cool that we could do. It's actually cool that we could share this screen because now I can go and show you a little bit. Hey, bro, if we can't pull up, well, we can. I'll find a way to host this offering. I'm gonna find a way to host this offering real quick. Yeah. Yeah, I think I got a HTTPF. Yeah, hold on. Okay, I know what I could do. But yeah, this is a site for y'all we were talking about a little bit earlier. Just for those who need to see, you can go down here and click on Constitution, as we stated, to learn more about that Constitution. But right now, I'm going to take a little moment because I realized I did host our offering document on the blockchain. So it has an IPFS hash. Let me find that. I'm going to pause this for a second. Or I might. But bro, just give me a second, man. I'm finna look for this link. Can I pause this recording?
Hold on.
You might not want to bring but just speak because I want to. Because this is good. It's good information. If you
Yeah,
down, now I'll press pause again.
As far as paying them through their own securities, you know what I mean? They purchase a vehicle from us, instead of having them put a down payment on and pay monthly and shit like that, we pay them quarterly or we pay them annually to drive this item around, and it's basically, what all companies can do, they just not doing that shit. So what we offer is this incentive, come purchase this vehicle, come purchase this plot or whatever, purchase this lot.
Yeah, man. I say, okay, copy. I say this. For your first question, do we absolutely need a broker? The answer is no. The also answer is very, 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 very deep. The number one thing that solves everything is a numbers game, and let me explain why. No, you don't need a broker. Because say we're a Moneyverse, we're a financial holding company. We got the right to set up our own brokers and be our own brokers right now with no license. You understand? Because of
Yeah.
how we operate in our laws, and we can go over that. And it's international law. We're a foreign financial holding company, and yes, I mean what I say. So yes, we do not need no registered brokers. But the reason why it seems like we need them is because let me just say a bunch of things. No, you don't need a registered broker. Okay. B, what options do you have without brokers? Well, we could privately place. It's called private placement for a reason. You could privately place these securities. These securities do have the value that they have. You can utilize securities as a form of payment. Yes, you can utilize these securities as a form of obligation settlement and things of this nature. What will be required and what is required is for us to set up our systems and get our people to use them. That's literally all that's required for that type of shit to be happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a whole thing, right? Getting your people to fuck with you and fuck with these private systems that we create is important. And that's the only thing that's going to get us to be able to take our securities and issue our own monies and be exchanging them with each other. And yes, these same securities and instruments are capable of being liquidated and exchanged in the markets that they so come to love, like the public markets, New York Stock Exchange, Federal Reserve notes. Yes, there is a way to do that. And we could talk about how we set it up. This is how we set it up.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, every country has a central security depository, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in this world, you just got to do business with who does that business. So we set this up for all of our members in our nation. So say all of our members in our nations and throughout all of our tribes are utilizing our securities, are utilizing our own currencies that we issued, right? Yet those currencies and those securities are part of the central security depository. They can't be deposited at any given time in the central security depository. Let's explain. So, okay, so throughout the United States of America, they're exchanging and they're accepting all those securities because they know when they get them, they can deposit it in DTC, and DTC is going to let it get exchanged in another bank. They're easily exchangeable in their systems. You feel me?
Right.
That's why people willing to exchange those securities. So with our securities, say when you issue your own Yahwakin note, right? Your own private Yahwakin note or whatever. Say money versus, we willing to accept it. We accept it, but what has to happen for these systems to be able to be fully operational and our people to love them is our central security depository, right? Because our people love integration. Okay, this is just a fact right now. So since our people love integration and they want to make sure that they money, okay, say they accepting your money, they want to still make sure that they can use that at McDonald's, for instance. 'Cause our people still got some McDonald's connections, and some of our people still got, Bank of America connections. So they want to be like, oh, I be able to deposit in the Bank of America though, right? So the mechanism set up for foreign currencies to be able to be exchanged in other foreign banks is what? You have central banks of the country that receive that currency and give it to their central security depository. Then that central security depository has an agreement. It's called a deposit and collateral agreement with other central security depositories that allows them to exchange that fund. So how would that look in Love Nation? So how that would look is this. Say you got a tribe, boom, you issue your own securities, or you got a company that's part of Love Nation or part of your own tribe, y'all issuing your own securities or monies, you feel me? Now, Love Nation Central Security Depository, which is Expect Trust, we are willing to accept it, right? As long as we willing to accept it, we willing to accept your currency, your security, to issue our national currency. So first you have to have a national currency for this to work, okay? So all the tribes got their own tribal currency. That's cool, right? Then you have to have a national currency. All the tribes got to be willing to take their national currency and exchange, their tribal currency, and exchange it for the national currency, which say is Love Nation notes, right? Those Love Nation notes are issued through our Federal Reserve, which is a new Bank of Brahman in our case. Okay, Federal Reserve notes are issued through the Federal Reserve, right?
Right.
Right. So our Love Nation notes are issued through our Federal Reserve, which is a new Bank of Brahman is our Federal Reserve. So imagine if all the tribes of the world that's part of us, they all can send their tribal document, their tribal money to, if they want to do exchanges within their own tribe, they could just keep on exchanging their tribal money, right? Because that's domestic currency for them. So say the Maroons, they set up, or they set up theirs. They're sending all their money amongst each other. Say Yahwakin, you set up your tribe, Yahwakin family tribe. Your tribal currency is the domestic currency for your tribe. Bow. But say your tribe now wants to do business with another tribe, right? Say you want to get some services from the Caldwell band, or you want to get some services from another one of the tribes that's in the nation, right? Say Aboriginal Republic of North America, right? Dr. Ali Muhammad tribe, or say Dane Calloway tribe, right? You want to start doing some business with them instead of you sending them they may say, yeah, I'll take your tribal document, your tribal money, because I know I can, because they know they can take that tribal money, right, and give it to who? Love Nation, which is our national currency. Okay, let's put it like this. See, tribes can set up their own tribe-to-tribe policy to accept their own currencies. That's just like the United States of America saying, hey, I'll accept Europe's money. You feel me? Or, hey, I'll accept, any one of the other countries' money.
Yeah, currency exchange. Yeah.
Yeah, but then they don't have to accept everybody's money, right? Because they can say, hey, I'm not accepting Russian money, you see?
Right.
So they don't have to accept all of the nation's money. So just like your tribe don't have to accept all the tribe's money. So you might be part of the same nation, but you might I don't fuck with that tribe. I don't like how they move for some reason. I don't want their money, You don't have to accept their money. So, but what if one of your members want to? See, this is why foreign exchange and these systems are needed. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of issues can come up with what has to be in place for you to be able to exchange your own money. Okay? So, but let's talk about the systems. You simply need your tribal system and your tribal network connected to the national currency, right? So if one of your members got that a tribal currency that your tribe don't accept, how your member gonna cash out? Well, the way that it would cash out is this. Your member would go to Love Nation's central bank, because that tribe is part of Love Nation, right? And
Right.
your member would say, okay, Love Nation Central Bank, a new Bank of Brahman, I got an account with you. I'm about to send you over this other tribe's currency that I got, and I want some Love Nation tokens, Love Nation currency in exchange, right? Now, your tribal member gets Love Nation currency, and Love Nation currency is good in your tribe because Love Nation currency is good in all tribes, just like Federal Reserve notes is good throughout every state. You feel me?
Right.
So this is the system of exchange that has to be set up in order for us to not need an enemy. And I mean that. In order for us to not need a foreign nation, in order for us to not need a foreign settlement and clearing system, we must either A, have our own systems, and then B, we must connect them to the systems of other tribes and nations and families that we want to do business with, okay? And when you really think about commerce and business on a national level, nation building level, you have to really think seriously and identify what products and services do you really need for your nation and your tribe to exist, right? And once you identify what products, services, materials, and things that you need for your tribe and your family to live the way that it sees fit, and you have a complete list, then the goal of your currency and your foreign exchange and your deal setting up, you want to set up deals, or you want to establish enough collaborations with people who have access to those products and services, right? And then you want to say, hey, Mr. Farmer, I see you got corn. Farmer, we need some of your corn, man. You know what we're going to do? Because we need your corn, we willing to accept your own money. You can issue money to us. You feel me? This is how you build relationships when it comes to this money and these security systems. We would have to go to families, tribes that have a value to offer, right? We would have to say, okay, I notice your tribe got a lot of this mineral, or your tribe got a lot of this herb. Your tribe got a lot of this rubber. They might not got US dollars in it or whatever. We ain't worried about that. We like, your tribe got a lot of this land. Your tribe got a lot of that. Hey man, we want to do some business and receive some of your product or your service, right? So what do you have to do this? You have to either help them create their own currency if they don't have one, or accept their currency, right? That's the first step. Why is that important? It's important because say that person got currency, they got corn, right? And you saying, I want to accept your corn, right? But that person with the corn, they may want to buy a house, or they may want to buy a car, right? Or they may want to build a new dam on their land, right? And they like, yeah, I'll give you some corn, but how the fuck I'm gonna build my dam? You feel me? So this is how money works. You be like, listen, you got the corn, okay? We are Love Nation. We got a central bank, and we got other tribes. See, this is why you got to have a network. You a network and or liquidation capabilities. Let's explain. You can say, hey, tribe, we're gonna accept your securities. You can issue securities. You can issue securities based on how much corn you got, right? That's your asset. So it's only credit. We don't issue debt, right? So, hey, you got $1 million worth of corn. So you get to issue $1 million worth of dollars, okay? And this is how it's gonna go. You get to give us, okay? You can give us, 100,000 worth of those, worth of your own currency, right? And we're gonna hit you back with $100,000 worth of Love Nation notes. And guess what? And as long as we did what we need to do with our Love Nation notes, which is allowed them to be exchangeable in other CSDs, right? If they need some money from a foreigner country, right? Other central security depositories. That means we privately place our Love Nation notes so that they can get sold on other foreign markets like London Stock Exchange or New York Stock Exchange, right? So if we did that, once the person who gets our Love Nation notes, all they got to do is take it to a broker to sell it. That's if we did that. A. B, if all we have is a group of other tribes, when they get the Love Nation notes from us, they'll be able to exchange those Love Nation notes with some other tribes. And prayerfully, we built our network enough to whereas one of those tribes got some construction materials to help that man build his dam. You feel me?
Right. Okay.
And how do you do that? You got to find a nation or a tribe or a group of people or a company who has the capability of building dams, and you got to convince them with the same offering. You say, hey, and it could be a private company that's in America. It could be a public company, or it could be a tribe, because it is all the same. You would say, hey, I noticed that your company or your property or your tribe, you have dam building materials. We have members that want dam building materials. So what we're going to do is this. We're willing to, you got to hit them with the same thing. We're willing to receive your securities so that you can trade with us. We have a group of members that offer all of these things, and you can get all of this stuff with our currency. So we're willing to accept your currency or your bond if you're a company, right? You can write us a promissory note. Or if you're a tribe, we're willing to accept your currency, right? So that we could start to enter into commerce for your products and services. And what you can get is any and all things that we have. And what do we got? We got this financial system, right? We got our services that we got. Anything that Love Nation offers and anything that all of the tribes that join us offers is what we can offer anybody we're recruiting to our network. You feel me? As long as every tribe in the network is accepting our central bank currency. You feel me?
Right.
It may have been a mouthful, but it's really not. We just got to accept each other money. We got to respect each other value. We got to assess the products and services that's actually deliverable from companies and tribes. And we have to put together a chart of commerce exchange. It's basic trade and bartering 101, but on a global scale. You feel me?
Yeah. I hear you. So
So
no, go
yeah,
ahead.
man. So last but not least, this is what I would say. It's a two-way battle, but it's not even really battle. On one side, I found that link too, so we're going to pull up this private placement memorandum here. So on one side, in order to make our tribal documents and our private companies' securities liquidatable, what I realize is this. No, you don't need brokers, but what's very important is investment bankers, private investment bankers. They're important because say we got our own tribes, right? And we got all our securities. Again, we want to still maintain liquidity and reach the international markets. There's a lot of reasons to tap into international markets, as we see in why is because different international markets got different products and services or different experiences we want to experience. Right. Private markets is what we want to tap into. You can write this down. Private security markets. Now, most public markets are in the business of setting up a private market, which means New York Stock Exchange is a public market, but they got a private market section. And now I'm about to get into some deep shit. So they got a private market section. DTCC is a public depository, but they're starting some private sectors. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't mix the private and the public. Yet,
Mm-hmm.
as a nation and as a tribe, when we got these great ideas and these securities, we want to be able to, again, like we say we promising to pay, say we give a loan to a nation or we give a loan to another tribe. Say a tribe say, man, they trying to build out their whole infrastructure. They need $10 million or whatever. Okay, we give them a loan of $10 million in our securities, right? We want to be able to take that loan and sell that shit and make some money, right? Just like the banks do. So in order to do that, we got to take our private agreement and we got to be able to sell it in the private market. And that's all it's about, bro. So these private markets, we can create our own private market or we can tap into other private markets. But all private markets do is they exchange private securities, private equities, and private stock. And most private equity, private securities, and private stock, most of these offerings, companies and issuers do it under an exemption, whereas it's exempt from registering with the local government or with the national government. So you have different regulations and rules for private securities, like private placement memorandums is needed. You got Regulation D offerings. There's different offerings. There's different reasons why a security can be exempt from registering. Yet when it's exempt, one big reason, and I'm going to put a big major highlight on this reason, any security that's issued and guaranteed and the payments, principal and or interest are guaranteed by a bank all of those securities are exempt from registration throughout the United States of America. And I believe in every country. I don't know about that. Don't mark those words. But that's an important fact. Yet, long story short, getting a list of the private markets that exist is important. That's more important than brokers if you want to really know,
Mm-hmm.
right? So private investment bankers typically place the securities for you. So building great relationships with private investment bankers all over the world is very important. So it will be great. It would be extremely advantageous for us, and it's very important for us to develop an extremely large list of investment bankers that's willing to do business with our tribes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Bow. That's it. Then the second is it's very advantageous for us, Love Nation, to identify all the private markets that have great liquidity they offer great liquidity, right, for private instruments. So markets such as the NASDAQ private market, there's a market, and I'll get into more lists with you, man. But we're combining them. We're working on that right now as we speak. But that's the job, right? Investment bankers and private markets. Because once we got those private markets and investment bankers and we're issuing our securities there, that's our route to liquidate, to get more liquidity from these securities that we may get when we offering loans and shit, right? That. And then the second way is, the second route is the futuristic route where none of that is needed, right? So how could you never need any of those? Well, over time, man, it's like this. Over time, the more of your people that respects your own money source, the less you need other money sources. You feel me?
Right.
Because the truth of the matter is, any member of the tribe that says that creates any promissory note, that's just as good as any other promissory note in the world. Yet, as long as our people and the entities that they do business with have an ultimate respect for these foreign currencies, more so than our currencies, and as long as these people and our tribesmen, I'll put it like this: the moment that our tribesmen and our members and our people and our spiritual beings are willing to accept our value, is the moment we never need any of these other systems. Okay? Because what will happen then is, when we say it's our money and our money is money, they're going to treat it like money. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And if we get our people to accept and treat our money like money, we're going to have the Bitcoin effect. See, the Bitcoin effect is the same effect that any currency in the world ever has to have. Every currency in the world starts as something that's just traded amongst a group of people, right? And over time, the value of that currency only increases as the utility of the currency increases. So the more you can do with the currency, the more people start to accept it, the more valuable it becomes. So it's the same thing with any currency in the universe, including ours. So the more people we get to say, wow, this is money, I accept it. So if you get all your tribes to say this, and you got tribes with land, you got tribes with machinery, you got knowledge, you don't need no external currency any longer, right?
Right.
Because now you just banking it with your currency. And what happens is the foreign currencies then try to buy your currency. Now, and that's when you on the point, bro. That's when it's over. That's when you did what you had to do. Job well done, chiefs of the world. Job well done, chiefs of the world. When can you say job well done, chiefs of the world? When it comes to this goal, you can say job well done, chiefs of the world, when the world is contacting your central bank to buy your currency. Okay, when Federal Reserve and the Euro, the banks of Euro and the BRICS start to contact Love Nation and the new Bank of Brahman for some of those love notes, you know you did what you had to do. Why would they ever contact you for some of your money? Let's explain. What's the role of money? What's the purpose of money? And what happens when people really use money the right way? This is very simple. Money is a productivity tool. It's a tool for productivity. It's only a tool for productivity. This is the fucking issue. Most of our people want the money and they're not defining their productivity. They're not defining what the fuck they gonna do in this world, who they gonna be and what they gonna offer. And it ain't nothing but greedy shit. That's some bullshit. That's why they poor as fuck. That's why we fucked up out here. Because niggas want the money and we want the rewards and we want to be partying and bullshitting and we ain't thinking about what we gotta offer the world. That's the fucking problem. Very fucking serious. But the moment our people look at this fucking simply and they say, wow, we are some amazing people. We get to offer the world love. We got peace to offer. We can protect. We can fucking start protecting some of this bullshit that's going on. We can offer some of these healing devices. We can offer a lot to the world, right? We got a lot to offer. A lot of important shit. We can create some of these medicines to help heal people. Shit. We can defend some others. We can protect some old people. Shit. We can get some food out there to them motherfuckers who in the war. We might can go help get them motherfuckers to stop beefing over there, dropping bombs. You understand? Once we start to define the value that we have in this fucking world, we'll have something to offer the world and our money will matter. It's very simple because what happens is you use your money to get that shit done, right? We start to raise this money, we issuing the money, but where's the money going? If we getting all this money to go buy chips, what the fuck? Or we get all this money to buy some cars, nigga, you ain't never gonna get nobody to buy your money because you taking your money to just go pump it into somebody else. But if you're getting your money, if our people is getting this money to build water wells, to build their community, to learn how to be better protectors and defenders, and to be better people who service the world, who have something to offer the world, who have something to offer the cosmic world, who have something to offer the galaxies, then the world and the galaxy is going to be coming trying to buy your money. Why? Because they want your product and service. Until they want your product or service, and see, they want your product and service now, but they don't even need to get your money because you ain't got no fucking nation. They can just go take all of your fucking people. They can hire your kid right now, your mama, your daddy. They can buy them all with their money and never have to put that into your motherfucking country because you ain't got no motherfucking country. It's a fucking issue right there. It's a big fucking issue. I'm just saying, hey, is it a fucking issue or not? It's a fucking issue. It's a big fucking issue. I gotta stay on this issue for probably about 10 more minutes, bro. Then we can go on. But can I get 10 more minutes about this issue?
I got maybe 5, but look, I feel you though. But I really want to get into this. I feel you. I understand.
I
You know what I
feel
mean?
you. You
But
want
it's
to get
step
into
by
the
step.
document.
It's really step by step. Everything takes steps. You know what I mean? We gonna eventually get there. We taking the necessary steps to get them out of that mind state. You know what I mean? So we actually gotta go
Man,
over
they
the
gotta hear
steps
this
though.
shit too, bro. I'm being real. Niggas ain't getting woke up with no paperwork, and money ain't waking niggas up either. Nigga, money ain't never woke no niggas up.
Yeah.
I'm telling
Facts.
you, this shit, niggas, bro. Part of this shit is get on these niggas' heads. Part of this shit
But
is
look,
scream at these niggas.
it really go
Part of
back. It really go back to when you first got on the call and you said that you like to let things flow. You don't like to predict time and this and that. You know what I mean? This go the same way with these niggas. We gotta do what we do. You know what I mean? And force the love nation thing. We can't even yell at motherfuckers or force them to do shit like that. We gotta let this shit flow for real.
No,
You know
I'm
what I
gonna
mean?
be honest with you, bro. I don't believe in none of that. I love you though. I love you. I know for a fact I would never been woke up if it wasn't niggas talking like this to me. I can't speak for no other body.
No,
I can't
right.
speak.
But you part of the 1%. You feel me? You a part of the 1%. You feel me? I used to do the same thing. I believe, bro. I used to do the same thing, G. I used to, man, look, I used to do the same thing. That don't
And
get
I'm
niggas.
just saying it's part of it, bro. I don't downplay it. Cause I'm still the same nigga who with LSEG, who putting together the country tribes. I'm still a calm nigga who could be calm. But I'm telling you, bro, we can't be taking this shit light. And these niggas, we can't take this shit light.
No,
Why
that's
is this
fact.
shit, my shit
That's
is
facts.
invalid?
That's facts.
Oh,
But in the meantime, between time, we gotta come up with fucking loan agreements and credit agreements and private placement memorandums and prospectus, you know what I mean, and IPO documents to actually
bro,
provide.
all I'm here to say is bro, we're doing. Where are we at? Am I still in this motherfucker?
And what, Zoom, I hear you?
Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is all I'm saying though, bro. I feel you, but I don't give a fuck about screaming, nigga. Because the reason why I don't, because I actually do this shit. I actually do the PPMs. Everything they say a nigga need to do, I do, bro.
Right.
So it's a time and a place for some shit, and it's a time to scream it. It's a time to get some shit off your chest. And
Facts. I hear you.
this is just a moment, but there ain't many moments where a nigga can keep it real. I'm gonna create way more of those moments actually, because the real shit I do, the real shit that really needs to be happening, don't wake niggas up, bro. We can say we really need to do this. We doing it, bro. How many niggas, when you post, we got a constitution, we got love nation, it ain't even 10 niggas who said what's up. You understand?
Right.
You
But
can,
it,
you can do the
it's
realest, bro. You can do the realest shit in the world. These niggas, we still niggas. We still got emotion. See, the world has put our emotion down. That part of life that shock a nigga is still needed. We still need to shock these niggas and these women and the bitches and the enemies and everybody in between. It gotta be some shocking and awing going on, cause that's what we missing. Niggas is not, bro. Niggas is dead walking. Niggas is dead walking. But of course we gonna get to, here goes the documents, here goes the application. This is what I do all hours of the day. And I'll show you that. But damn, I don't know what I done just did to lock myself out of this screen. Oh, here we go.
I feel you though. I hear you though. I hear you though. You right
We
though.
gonna
You know.
move on. Let's move on. Let's just move on, cause I get it. Nobody wants to hear that shit no more. But honestly, that's the shit that makes life real, my nigga.
You
Cause nigga, if you never got pissed off, you would never be doing this shit.
you right, bro. You right. You definitely right. You 1,000,000%. You know.
Especially when you see what needs to happen and how simple it is, bro. This shit it ain't about, a part of this ain't got nothing to do with paperwork. It got everything to do with the soul of a person. Are they woke or not? Are they alive?
Right.
I'm tempting to get out of where I'm at on my screen. I'm gonna stop sharing that because that shit is not working. All right, let's move on. I don't know how I'm trying to pull up this PPM, bro. You got access to it. You see it.
Where that's what you emailed me?
Yeah. I got another video where I went over it. But I say this, man. As far as this conversation go, let me put it like this, bro. I'm gonna say this, bro. The world, what they don't like, what I like is what I'm gonna do way more of. You hear me? And it's exactly what I was just doing. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do way more of.
Yeah, I gotta pull it up.
I'm gonna do a lot of that. And I give a fuck who says what, because nigga, all this nice boy shit for 20 years, bro. We had these answers forever. You say it could have been happened. It ain't that niggas don't do the solutions, bro. We have many, many people in our lifetime and in our previous lifetime that has set up paperwork for nations and set up organizations and set up banks and all this shit. Every solution we ever need has already been done, bro. Like in the earlier part of the conversation, you like, well, it would have been done. It should have been done. Nigga, they did it. You can't put down our ancestors because we got a bunch of fucking dead ass niggas around here. And that's the fucking fact, bro. Our ancestors did a lot of great shit, just like you gonna do a lot of great shit and you can do a lot of great shit, but you can't judge your success based upon these dead ass, bum ass niggas wake up. It's a fact, Jack. So what we gotta do, we gotta wake up some dead ass, bum ass niggas, some dead ass, bum ass bitches, and we ourselves gotta evolve and become greater than who we are. So whereas maybe we don't even need to say that shit no more. But until we get until there's some solid movement going on, here's a shit, man. Fuck that shit. That's all I gotta say. Cause really, I can provide whatever niggas is asking for when it comes to this solution paperwork shit. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Anything. All of that shit. Security agreement, I'll send you one right now, bro. Like I've been telling you. You ain't never
So
asked for it though.
I'm not saying like these niggas don't need to hit a shit or wake up and none of all that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying let's create the movement where it's like, okay, niggas, we ain't gotta, you know what I mean? Niggas wake up just by we gotta actually create the things. You feel me?
I'm with
Like,
you, bro.
you know what I mean?
I'm
Like we
with you.
gotta create, like niggas be like, damn, you heard about that? You know what I mean? Like
Well,
we gotta provide the things for them.
listen. I just want you to know you're talking to somebody. Everything I say, I can show you. I'm that nigga who helped create the shit we talk about we need to create.
No, I see this. I see the paperwork.
I
I
know
see
you
it.
see it. I'm not knocking you. I'm just saying it's happening, bro. But you gotta know, man. What type of nigga create that? It's a pissed off ass nigga. There's not no happy nigga creating these solutions.
I don't know what he was, but you know,
No, I'm telling you. I'm being
yeah,
very honest. I can tell you from my experience. I'm not no happy nigga. You hear me?
all right.
I can say I'm not no happy nigga, and I created these. I can't talk about nobody else. I'm not no happy nigga, and I can show you a holding company registered with the Federal Reserve. I can show you a constitution. I can show you communications with the departments of state. I can show you whatever the fuck we need to be free that we're talking about these solutions that our people need to do, education systems, programs, and all of this shit. What I'm focused on now is to make people happy with the shit. It ain't that the shit not here. Is that people need the shit to be looking happy and smelling good and all this shit. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
It ain't that we ain't got our own money. We got our own money. We got billions, and it ain't that I can't prove it. I can prove it. We got the securities, we got the offerings. But guess what? So all I'm saying is, bro, the people who do the shit we say need to be done are not happy. Look at any of the leaders right now, bro, in these movements, bro. Look around the world. The niggas who run in Kenya, the niggas who run in Burkina Faso, the niggas who run in motherfucking Mali, the niggas, what they doing, to see how they kicking France out. They not no happy niggas. You see the motherfucker all in Jamaica. They taking their land back to Maroons. They not no happy niggas. Part of getting our people together, bro, is showing them that we not happy, just like they not really happy. Our people are not happy. So yes, we gotta have the thing. We got it, but okay, we need it. We got it. What we gonna do though, bro? We gotta get some more money, liquidate it to market. Now we gotta play the game, which is what we're doing. So whatever you say we need to do, I'm down. It's happening. We can keep moving, right? Shit. I gotta shit. It's a whole bunch of shit going on.
I'm just,
Shit.
hey, look, man, look. I used to be, you know what I mean, COS of a section of the GDs. You know what I mean? I know how authority, these niggas need authority. You know what I mean? I'm sitting back with the same anger you got. You feel me? You know, and I'm not saying like don't express. I'm not saying none. I just want to be clear. You know what I mean? I'm not saying none of that. Don't express. Express that shit, nigga. Because these niggas definitely need to hear that. And you know what I mean? But now, boom, let's 10 toes on the ground. Let's do this footwork. Let's create opportunity for niggas. And then, you know what I mean? Like, if these niggas still don't wake up after the shit we've been doing, it's all right. Then it's like, all right, shit. You feel me? Just like I say, Rome is not built overnight. A nation is not built in 2 days, 3 days, 3 weeks. You know this just as much as I'm saying it. You feel me? But let's actually, the people in our group, let's actually, at least let's start with them. Let's start with, you know what I mean? Start with them in a nation. They supposed, everybody in this chat group that's dedicated to this nation and wants to build a tribe should be profiting right now off of this. You know what I mean?
No, let's just put it. Let's just be honest. I'm gonna be very more so honest. That ain't how this shit go. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
a trillion% honest.
What
I'm
what
about
do
to be. Let me be a billion% honest. Profiting. See, I'm all. See, if you don't think you profited, that's up to you. See, it's all
No,
about the.
I'm not saying profiting.
No,
Because knowledge is profit.
I know
I'm
you're talking about money and getting your life together.
yeah, you know what I mean? If
I know,
everybody in
but
the nation,
check it out though. Check it out though, bro. It ain't my job. See, because I can't make nobody do nothing. See, because I know for a fact.
then why you trying to yell at these niggas then? You tell me you can't make them do nothing. You yelling at these niggas saying that
No,
you gonna make them do this. You mad,
bro,
you
just hear what
angry.
I'm saying. I'm expressing myself when I yell. It's expression. It's just like art, like a hip
Yeah,
hop
I
star.
hear you. But
That's all. In this group, this is my third time with groups, bro. I'm telling you, I've learned you can't make nobody do nothing. For instance, I told everybody what hey, send me a testimonial. I mean, all of these services. I said, hey, everybody, we can make money off of any of these services. Nobody's fucking tried to market any of these services. People tell me, you do the service for me and then I'll tell some people. They don't do that. Bro,
no, it's
look, I'm not against you, but I'm not going to judge the success based on how people engage with it. I know that it might not even be for the people who's engaged right now, or they may not be the people who's leaders. You know, I don't know, and I don't really get judged. I have to keep going. I get it, having something to offer for people. That's why I'm keeping going. Right, we finna liquidate securities. Every fucking thing that you see here, I'm ready to go active with immediately, but I'm one human being. Okay? I'm one human being. We got the whole website for a whole country. Ain't nobody offered to do anything there. Oh, you can see 33 services. If people want to eat, they could eat. People want to go to work, bro. They go to work. They go to jobs. Everybody in that group. You get it?
Well, nigga, I'm in this
I, I'm
motherfucker. I need to
I'm not
liquidate
knocking them though because they gotta live their life.
270 tranches. Come on, let's do it. I'm right here with you. Let's do this. Let's just do it. Let's just do it.
Yeah, we got it. I'm not tripping or bullshitting. I just like to keep it real, bro. I'm a realist too.
Right.
As much as I'm an extreme realist, man. You know what, man? You know why I'm so real, bro? Because I would have been stopped if I would have been judging myself based on how people engaging with me.
Facts.
Nigga, I would have never got this far if I would have been thinking I need some motherfuckers. And look, I also know I'm not against people. I'm not knocking nobody down. They go to work. I know the challenge that it took for me to say, fuck all that. I'm about to do this. Nigga, I had to be homeless for most of my life. Literally. So I know the sacrifice that it takes for somebody to pull out of the system to try to get here. I ain't tripping. I do want to be able to talk my shit way more. And also, I think that's going to reach the youth. I know for a fact I'm going to be able to reach the youth better by talking my shit. And that's who I really want to tap in with. Now, over here on this work shit, this shit is work. I'm doing this shit every day. So, for instance, you got the offering up. We can go look at this. We can look at this real quick. I can show you what's happening right now with this offering. Bro, what's happening is we lit, nigga. I'm hollering at LSEG about listing it on the London Stock Exchange market. I got NASDAQ Private Securities we hollering at. DTC membership hollering at. Now to sell this shit and liquidate it, I'm over here in Brazil working some deals, hollered at a lawyer yesterday to see if we could transfer some of these shits to buy a bunch of these cribs over here. It's just everyday operation to liquidate this shit. That's what I actually do. I don't talk to people and talk to them because I'm a paranoid ass nigga. And
Right.
you know,
Bro,
let's
bro,
go. I can work and play for you. I can work and play for you easily with this. Let's look
bro,
at
I'm
it and
with
see.
you, G. Look, I'm not with nothing, no bullshit, no negative shit, bro. You feel me? It could get to that if need be. That's with the oppressors and shit like that. But nigga, I'm on straight business. You know what I mean? Like, even
I
if you
feel
out here, you know what I mean? Like, I done did so much for my people. You feel me? And I didn't do it to look to get something back. But still, you know what I mean? Like, when my sister died, when my mama died, when, you know what I mean? Like, people turn their back on me or didn't help. They ain't turn their back on me, but they didn't help as much as I needed to. You know what I mean? So I understand um what you call it, deceit. I understand being betrayed, the feeling of being betrayed. I'm a paranoid nigga. You out there, I'm still out here. We ain't nowhere from apart. You know what I mean? It's the same
that.
shit going on. You feel me? It's the same energy, same flow. I'm paranoid too. You feel me? But that's what keep me going. That's what keep me thriving too. You know what I mean? Conquering that. Being able to conquer that, you feel me? And I'm like, okay, I gotta put my trust in some because nigga, I'm so secluded, bro. I don't kick it with nobody but my son, bro, and my wife. You feel me? You know what I mean? Like in a few cousins here and there, you know what I mean? But like I cut off everybody, bro. I don't, you feel me? Like I feel you the same way, bro. And I'm not in this for no personal gain, bro. I see what's going on in the world, nigga. I see they building a quantum computer. They got CERN colliding atoms. They opening portals. They fucking poisoning the food. They poisoning the water. Flint shit. Michigan still don't got good water. They bomb. They setting cities on fire. You feel me? You know what I mean? For a digital world, not a digital world, smart cities. I know what's going on out here, bro. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm not one of those goofies. You feel me? That's here to look to come up off of somebody else. You know what I mean? I got generations to feed, bro. Like I'm thinking about my great great. You feel me? Like
Facts.
it's look. You know what I mean? I know the apocalypse. I read the Quran. I read the Holy Bible. I
Facts.
meditate. You feel me, bro? I try to get the kingdom within me right by eating healthy, bro. I'm not one of them goofies. You feel me? And just to say that is I'm with this shit, bro. I'm with this shit, bro. It's just time. You feel me? I want to be able to hold out my hand and help trillion people, not even just melanated people. You feel me? Like if it's I'm like if I see some Asian person over there or some Caucasian person over there that don't have hate in their heart, you know what I mean? I'm not here to help, but everything, the frequency gonna align. You feel me?
Fact. I feel you 1,000,000%.
You feel me? Like everybody pushing out that hate, this and that. That frequency gonna align with them. You feel me? I'm not worried about destroying the enemy, none of that shit. Because just like you said earlier, they don't even have the opportunity. They don't even have the luxury to be my enemy. You feel me? I know who God is. I know who Yahweh is. Yes, well, you know what I mean? Like I know the energy, the universal cosmic frequency. You feel me? I know this. I know this. You feel me? I know it deep down, and I'm just really ready to, you know, counteract what the fuck is going on. You feel me? On a real level. I'm not downplaying our ancestors. You know what I mean? I got pictures of them. I talk to them. You know what I mean? I meditate with them around me. You know what I mean? For what they did. You know what I mean? It's about that. But we got to learn from our mistakes. From their mistakes. You feel me? So it's like, man, look, let's gather their energy and do what we got to do. So, because it's shit going on, man. Shit. It's shit going on.
No, I feel you 1,000,000%, man. And I also just want to say, man, bro, I'm gonna put it like this, man. I feel you, bro. I just feel you, man. Shit, that's all I can say right now about
Yeah,
that.
for
So many
sure.
things.
No, man, but
So many things. But yeah, so like, all right. I mean, shit, right here. Money versus Financial Holding Company, 33% perpetual bond offering memorandum. Lit than a motherfucker. Lit than a motherfucker.
lit as hell, bro. I'm reading through this shit. I'm just reading through everything. I done been reading the Constitution with Love Nation. I done been reading. Now I'm looking through this perpetual, but I'm like, okay, this is. I like this. I like this. I like this. Let's
And let me
do
be
it.
real. I'm gonna be 1,000,000,000,000,000% real. Another reason why I scream and shit, cause man, I don't look, man. I don't know. That's me. I
No,
love
you
it.
gotta let it out. You gotta
I
let it
love
out.
it.
You gotta let it out sometimes.
Now, the thing is this, bro. Like, I've researched private placement memorandums and securities since 2006.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's not been a small amount of fucking research. It's been extensive.
Damn, you've been on this shit 06?
2006. Yes, sir. When I was in Chicago, Illinois, I stayed off of Federal. Well, before Federal, I was in fucking Bridge. What's the fuck there is? Like off of
Bridgeville.
32nd. Bridge.
Oh no,
Like
you
off
was
of
in
32nd.
Bridgeport.
32nd and Halstead, around there.
Yeah.
32nd place. I stayed off of 32nd place, me and my wife. That's when I ran across this shit, man. 2006.
Yeah.
I literally went crazy, bro. Literally. Literally. Meaning, I mean, I just it, you know, I was so hurt when I found this out. I was led me to a lot of shit. I was crying.
Yeah.
It was a lot of pain, man. I changed my whole mind. Like I was like, I don't know, and I don't know why everybody has been having to suffer so much. When I'm looking at these papers and I'm seeing how the countries and these states are in municipals, these companies are raising 270 million, and I'm seeing no, I ain't see the 270 million. I'm seeing millions, hundreds of millions, and
Bro, hundreds of millions, bro.
I'm just saying most of them was hundreds of millions and shit. I'm like, wow. And I started to read these documents, bro. See, I mean, it's 2006, right? I was 3 years out of high school. Most of my life always poor. I mean, we didn't even have water a lot of times. We were going across the street to get water. So I lived that life. When I met my wife, I was living homeless off of 72nd in Exchange. Was living in an abandoned building with my guys. Still going to Columbia College, Chicago for school. But that's like most of my life is finding abandoned buildings, living in them bitches. You feel me? Like literally.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Most of my life. And then I had met my wife. She like, man, I'm a cool guy, but you know, I'm a hustler, but shit, niggas out, down and out, I guess, most of my life. She's like, man, come move with me. I moved with her, started experiencing some different shit. Something led me online, man. Something led me to this shit. I found these fucking private placement memorandums, man, and I just boom, everything changed, bro. I couldn't do nothing. I damn near didn't wash up. I couldn't do shit, bro. I couldn't make music no more. I
Mhm.
wasn't even talking to her too much. I just was reading this shit, and I would go to the library and print out these papers, and it'd be like 400 pages, you know, 400 page private placement memorandums, 300 pages. And nigga, all I knew was I have to learn every word in these, and I have to create these, and I gotta get this shit popping. That's all I knew. And what happened maybe 2 years into that, we still living on 32nd place. I started to make my own first one. And I literally was just copying like a private placement memorandum, and I was just reading the words in them and copying them. And it led me, I kept seeing DTC and I kept seeing these same companies. So I don't even know, but back in 2008, I started a DTC account. I didn't even know until maybe 3 years ago how powerful this shit really was. Because I went straight in and I
Right.
just was copying and reading these words. And I knew the meanings, but I didn't understand and overstand like how this shit really worked in life. But I started a DTC account. Long story short, man, I low-key went crazy. Uh, Ended up not paying bills. We got kicked out of that. I found another a property downtown Chicago. We got up in that bitch. We was living in that bitch for another 4 years. All while I was still doing the same shit, bro. Reading these fucking papers, you know, like nigga. But long story short, right here we're here, and I truly perceive after. Yeah, I took a lot of breaks and did a lot of other things. Started making music. Once I got divorced, went kind of, just out living like a hobo, selling CDs for like 5, 6 years all the way into 2016, you know what I'm saying? Selling CDs on Greyhounds and just going to different cities, living in hotels. 2016, I went to fucking Dubai, put together that team, and then when I came back, I was thinking about crypto at that time. I wanted to start hip hop stocks. I say all that to say a lot of shit has happened. Some shit got me off my path, but I jumped back on the path. And all I'm here to say is that this offering is the best offering I've ever seen for our people in the world. And it's very specific, that things that it could do. Is very unique. And there's a bunch of things in it that's extremely historical. Like, for instance, I'm gonna just list off a few things. It's a perpetual bond, which means it offers interest forever, technically. It's only callable in 125 years. We made it callable on the year 2150 because according to what I perceive and what I've been given as intellect, 2150 is the actual coming of the Aquarian age. A lot of people saying this now and all of this. It's okay. But 2,150 years into any age is the new age. Okay. So I perceive we still got 5 more generations. And that's if you count a generation that's 25 years. See, right now it's 20, they say 25, right? So 25 years from now be 2050. And then you do 100 years from there, right, will be 2150. So that's 125 years from now will be the coming of the Aquarian age. What I truly perceive is that we got that amount of time to bring in that world that we know we need to see. I don't believe anything is off time. I know that the universe is always dynamic and perfect, and I believe that the Most High's plan is always operation and perfection. So, with that being considered in reverse engineering life, I would say, okay, since 2150 is the actual Aquarian age, we're still living in the age of Pisces, yet this is the transformative moment. This is a very transformative moment, these next 5 generations, if we consider a generation 25 years. So what does this mean? This offering is actually an unlimited offering. It can be unlimited amounts of securities that's issued with this offering. That's one thing that's very important. Second thing is all of the interest payments come back for life. And if we ever buy it back, we're only going to buy it back when the age of Aquarius comes in, which is 2150, which means we're here to basically, by people buying these securities, what they're doing is investing in the age of Aquarius coming to fruition for the benefit of the First Nations and the Aboriginals and the ones that were here first on the land. Why? Because all of these funds are going directly into investments to Aboriginal, Indigenous, First Nations operations. Okay, so all of the capital of the funds is going to First Nations, Aboriginals. Matter of fact, I'll announce it here. Fuck it, because this shit finna go full fledged, full fast. We're coming up with ESG3 officially. ESG3. What ESG3 is our attempt to divert investments of the world directly towards bringing this new world, a new world order into existence. And this a new world order is specifically the world where the age of Aquarius will be here, and it's the world where Aboriginals, Indigenous societies, first world nations have equal and equitable access to all things on this planet once again. That's the investment. When you're putting into Money Verse Financial Holding Company into this MHVC, MHFC. What the fuck? Yeah, MVHC, excuse me. When you put into the MVHC fund, you're getting 33% back for life, essentially, because you're assisting the Aboriginals and the First Nations of the world regain their sovereignty and regain their equality throughout the world. That's really what this is. So the emerging markets we speak of is the Indigenous and Aboriginal markets of the world that must be developed, redeveloped, and chains of interdependence must be created, right? So this is the institution we saw fit to create. Now, the institution itself is kind of unique. Yes, it is the holding company for our tribe, yet it operates under the laws of Jersey trust laws. We did that because Jersey trust law is outside of the European Union. They got their own set of trust laws that's historically solid. And by us remaining unregulated and not registering on any of their registries in Jersey, we still got 100% supervision authority and regulatory authority over ourselves. Yet we get to utilize their body of trust law to uphold anything that we do. Okay, that's why we use that strategy. Yet the headquarters is New York. And to just keep it simple, man, it's not simple, so you really can't keep it simple. But one credit is really $10,000, right? So one unit is $10,000. Okay,
Right.
say that.
I got
What's that?
I got one question though.
No problem.
Real quick, why New York though? Why not like Nevada?
Well, why? It's just the address. First off, it's not that deep. Secondly,
Thanks.
it's just the address, not that deep. Secondly, when you really look at even the country code, or I mean, one important thing. I mean, there's a lot of. All I say is New York is like the whole country in and of itself. It's a financial world capital.
That's what I was.
It's a financial world capital, and even when you like on the New York, say London Stock Exchange, what you'll notice if you're in that world of issuing securities there, New York, you can issue a security on the London Stock Exchange if you're based in New York, but not if you're United States. It's crazy, right?
No, right. No, I get it. It's not. I get it. I get exactly what you're saying, because America's a continent, United States is a corporation, New York is
a country. Exactly. New York is a country. Right. So this is all important. So New York address, because it represents what it is, financial capital, and we just need that address. Most of this is for the Aboriginal and Indigenous tribes throughout the North and South Americas. So we on the land. Man, this thing is really deep, bro. Like, coming out is 250 billion, right? We got 27 billion that has been subscribed with. So if you look at the ISIN number, it's going to show you that 27 billion is the high water mark, which means it's the total amount of the fund now that has been subscribed and raised. It's not no maturity date as we stated, but it's deep, bro. This right here can be privately placed, right? It's a 506c. Yet, what's interesting, I got to see what we're going to do about that, is it is guaranteed by a bank. And when it's guaranteed by a bank, it's technically like a section 3.2 or something. I'll have to go over that again. But securities that are guaranteed by a bank, even if it's a foreign bank, they are exempt from registration as well, but they can be offered to the public. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm really thinking of doing is because we have it, I mean, it's all types of shit. But long story short, we can make this accessible to the public by just the fact that it's guaranteed by a bank. In law, that's real. Yeah, in their systems, they don't really have too many places for that in their systems. But in our system we create, we can have a line item for that fact. That's all I'm gonna say right now. But long story short, in their world throughout the United States, we're offering it to institutions only as a 506c offering. Just keep it that simple.
Okay.
Institutional investors only, which means banks, uh, trust funds, private offices, family offices, which is no problem because we can really just people could establish their own accredited investor institutions without any problems. We can show them how, so they can start to participate in this offering. But I think what's interesting is if you go to the use, well, not the we'll talk about the use of funds but what's cool is here. If we look at 6, description of the money versus credits, right? There's a lot to go over in here. Since we talk about so much, I want to do another meeting just for this, honestly.
Okay.
But for now, I just want to talk about the description of the credits real quick, so that we could kind of see how they were. These securities were created to be utilized in a hybrid amounts in a lot of ways, right? These securities were issued so that they could be tokenized as tokens. We actually have a token created for a securitization token. So if people want to trade these units as tokens, they can. But let's look. I'm going to just read 6.1. Money versus credits, aka share credits. Okay. Money versus Financial Holding Company is offering its $270 billion worth of money versus credits, consisting of 270 tranches of $1 billion to a select group of accredited investors who satisfy the investor suitability requirements. So, and we're offering it at $1 per 0.0001 money versus credit, which is $10,000 per credit, which is $10,000 per unit. Okay, payable what? This is the key. Payable in any form of qualified collateral as deemed by Love Nation. This is a very unique offering. Okay, so these things are payable in any form of qualified collateral as deemed by Love Nation. And you're going to notice that qualified collateral in Love Nation is negotiable instruments issued by our members. Like I was telling you earlier, any tribe who issues their own currency, if you're a member of Love Nation and you issue your own promissory notes, bills of exchange, things of that nature, then you could buy you can buy these securities with any of those types of collateral. You feel me? Fiat currency is also listed, as well as different cryptocurrencies. You feel me? So people could subscribe and get this securities. We made it to where it's basically any form of lawful money, any negotiable instrument can come in and get this. So this is a form of liquidity for people too. Meaning if you got a security that ain't being traded that much, or you got a negotiable instrument that ain't being accepted somewhere, or you got a cryptocurrency that its value is maybe not extremely marketable, you feel me? Or liquid, you can still get some of these money versus securities with that. Okay. So that's very important. We reserve the right to extend an unlimited amount of tranches. So we can issue unlimited amounts. So technically we can raise unlimited amounts of money with this. That's what the SEC Form D says. We're going to stick to the script, right? The credits have no maturity date, right? What is deep? Let's go down to A, because this is important. The securities may be minted or brought into circulation by agents and employees of the company as an effect of any of the following transactions. So basically, these securities could be brought into circulation. You know how you mint blockchain? You can mint Bitcoin by running these processors all the time, right? You mint this cryptocurrency by running algorithms and making hardware do shit all damn day. You can mint this currency. You can mint these securities, bring them into circulation. Anytime somebody subscribes, right? Some can be brought into circulation. Anytime somebody exchanges, gives us a token to exchange, right? Cryptocurrency token, right? You hear me? Okay, cool. It can be exchanged.
Yeah.
Anytime somebody, I feel you. Anytime somebody provides us some registered value, because stored value is cryptocurrency. Registered value is a security of some sort, or a certificate of value is security. So people can provide us value in exchange for that. We can mint them. Service exchange. There's services. A person could provide service to us, right? Say you're providing us a service, and it's a valuable service. You could be a lawyer, doctor, dentist, or somebody who got some corn, whatever, or anybody providing us a service. We can issue this security for that. You see, these are many different reasons for the minting or to bring it into circulation. You could provide us a product, right? A nice product. We can say, hey man, we need a Benz or a Bugatti. Shit, go ahead and couple us off with a few of those Bugattis. We'll hit you up with X, Y, Z of these securities. You feel me? Currency exchange. You can provide us with other fiat currency or cryptocurrency, and we'll hook you up with this security. So those are mintable events. Those are things, and typically these terms are only utilized for cryptocurrency, but we're planning for the future. We're prepared for the future. This is an offering that's going to bring us into the future. It's going to bring the next 5 generations into the fucking future. That's a reality. So those are the 2, 3, 4, 6 different methods of minting, bringing into circulation these securities. And again, agents and employees of the company who have the authority can do this because this is a team managed, this is a team member managed offering. Okay, by us, and that's what it is. So interest and ownership in the securities may be distributed by agents and employees via the following methods. So they can be minted by those previous methods, and now it could be distributed by these other by these other methods, right? Meaning, once you have the securities, you could issue them or you could distribute them in various different forms. They could take the form of any different thing, right? So say somebody gave you a token, you could get them a negotiable instrument that has the ISIN number on it, but it's part of the security. You feel me? Or somebody needs to get paid from you. You know, they gave you a service. You can hit them with a negotiable instrument and put this ISIN number on it, right? Now it's the same shit that we know is legal according to U.S. law, but now it's a registered security that you're giving them, or I mean, it's a security with an ISIN number you give them. Money order, right? You can issue a money order and put this ISIN on it. You can issue a promissory note and put this ISIN number on it. You can issue a bill of exchange and put this ISIN number on it. You can do a book entry only security and get this ISIN number on it. You can get a poverty prevention credit, which is credits that we created in Love Nation, and get this motherfucking ISIN number on it. You can issue you a blockchain token and get this motherfucking ISIN number on it. You can give a financial message to an institution, which is a form of payment, by the way. Simply messaging is a form of payment. So you can give a financial messaging directly to an institution, and these are messaging instructions. And you can put this ISIN number on it, and they can be verified as what? One of these pieces of money. You feel what I'm saying, man? That's some, bro. Not to lie to you, I've never seen no shit like that in any fucking offering document. A and B, the implications of that shit is infinite. That allows any member of the tribe or any tribes to come, or any person who's part of this offering, to be able to utilize this security anytime they need any type of monetary instrument for any reason. Do you feel me?
No, that's powerful.
Man, I gotta just say that again, man, because wait a minute, man. Wait a minute, man. I ain't never heard of that. Look, anybody in the tribe, anybody in the nation, anybody that's part of Love Nation can utilize this offering anytime they needed to distribute any type of monetary instrument for any reason. All they need is to get with the program. That's some shit right there, bro. I'm just saying, man. I feel amazing because of that, man. I ain't gonna tell you. Hey, look, bro, it's the end of poverty. I'm gonna do some shit. I got a speech to do. I gotta put on my shit. Put on, you know, I gotta put on my shit and break that shit down to people, bro. Because it's the end of poverty. It's unlimited, and it's specifically for institutions. So this is when they gotta pay banks and bankers and companies and governments and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? Get these motherfuckers off your back.com. Get these motherfuckers off your back.com. But you also can deal with, you know, your fellow trusts and family offices, which we gonna have everybody established all over the fucking planet. All right? Because we all the same family. And when you got a family office, you can do business with your family members without having to register that shit. So if we all family, then we can all join each other family offices, and we ain't never got to be no fucking registered investment advisors. That's a whole nother fucking piece of game. All right, let's look at C, because C is very important too. Stop sharing this. You looking at it. Securities and interest in the securities. So we're saying the securities and interest in the securities may be held in book entry only format. Now that's deep, because do you not know that if you got interest in the securities and the interest in the security, because the interest is perpetual, remember?
Yeah.
You got a security. I'm gonna break down to you in another minute how fucking dope this is. Because maybe I should say it now. I'm gonna say it now. So I want you to imagine a world where money versus securities are liquid. We don't have I'm gonna say it now. There's no liquid market technically available other than in the cosmos and in our own Love Nation world. Yet there may not be a liquid market available. Yet imagine. Every time you get $10, you just buy money versus securities, right? Every time you get 100, you just buy money versus security. Before you buy something, see, this is how we see the world going. Before they buy anything, they're gonna buy money versus security. Why? Because they're gonna get back exactly the amount that they purchased, right? Every year for 125 years minimum. And the way this thing works is your first interest payment happens instantaneously. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So let's imagine I give you $100. You get $100 interest payment back immediately. Bow, in money versus securities. So you got back immediately what you put in. And now every year you're gonna get that same amount. So same first month. Now just hear this out. Watch how this works. Let me fucking do this shit here. Hear this out. Watch how it works. So imagine 1 month. There's 12 months in a year, right? So just imagine how somebody could move. They get $1,000. Purchase of money versus security. That month, they get $1,000 in interest back that month. I mean and that's for that year. Okay? That's their year, that's their first year interest payment for that amount. They got $1,000 back. They do it every month. That's 12 months they did it. And every month they got an interest payment. That was $12,000 in. They got $12,000 interest payments immediately. Now, once the next year come back, if they don't do nothing, say they don't do nothing, they're going to still get 12 times 12, which is 144. They're going to get $144,000 in interest payments the year 2. Year 3, they're going to get $144,000 if they did nothing else. Now, what if that person kept going? Every year, before they bought something, they just buy a money versus security. Then they got the interest payment immediately as money versus securities. The thing we must do, and we are working to do as an institution, is ensure that their money versus securities You see how we got them issuing it? No, negotiable instruments, money, bills of exchange, promissory notes, all of that. We're going to make sure that they get to immediately utilize. Our job is to make sure that we route them here. You got the money for security. This is where you can deposit it so you can put it to work. You feel me? So as long as we assist them with getting the places where you can go ahead and deposit this in your different accounts, DTC account, or here goes a private market, you can sell it. You feel me? As long as we help them with that, then they could immediately start to go and liquidate that and pay their bills that they needed to, or they could go ahead and just create their negotiable instruments with those or their money orders, and we'll send out to the bill company for them on their behalf, right? The point is, we want to help our subscribers be able to utilize their securities. And as time goes along, soon the day will come, we perceive, soon the day will come where they'll be able to immediately get their interest payments and just tell us, hey, I want to cash it out for USD or euros or whatever the fuck, and we'll be able to do it immediately for them, okay? We see that time coming. Yet it's not here now. But the point is, if that same person, for as an investment, would have did that year too, so they now would have $288,000 of interest payments wrapped up just for putting in $1,000 a year for 2 years. And remember, they'll still be able to utilize what the payments that they made. They're getting securities right back so they can use those to go to work like they needed to. You feel me? And as long as we keep on building our network of people that's willing to receive our securities, then they're going to be able to do many, many things with our securities as we develop a market for our own securities. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right.
The shit goes crazy because somebody who only got $12,000 coming in a year will be able to have $144,000 in fucking interest payments. I don't know how that math just mathed. Okay, if I got $12,000, then I'm getting $12,000. They just getting $12,000 back, bro. What am I talking about? 12,000. That's if they did it 12 times. Okay, I get it. If they did that for 12 years, they got 144,000 coming in plus their money. The point is, every dollar you put in, you're gonna be getting back that same amount every year for life. So if you put in $1 million, you're getting $1 million a year for life. If you put in $2 billion, that's just gonna keep coming back for life. That's the point, right? So that's the benefit. And then as we develop liquidable markets, and as we develop vendors that receive our securities and interest in our securities and tokens for products and services, we'll then be able to help people get an extreme benefit out of it, even more so than just the investment benefit. That makes some sense. Even though we kind of went around.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to continue this.
It's all good. I'm gonna let's just do C real quick. It might be 4 minutes, man, if you got 4 minutes. So C just talking about, so we talked about how you can issue the securities. What brings them into existence is somebody subscribing, somebody purchasing with a token, providing value, a service, a product, or currency. All right. Next thing was interest and ownership can be distributed in various forms. So this could be issued in various forms. Token as a negotiable instrument, money order, promissory note, bills of exchange, poverty prevention credit, messaging instruction to pay something, various ways that it could be issued. C comes up to how can these things be held? So we're saying securities and interest in these securities may be held in book entry only form or can be physically held in any of the following types of deposit accounts at Moneyverse Financial Holding Company, a subsidiary of Moneyverse Financial Holding Company, or any licensee of Moneyverse Financial Holding Company. So, okay. I need to put and associates too, associated depository institutions. All right, because so what is the different accounts that you can have at Moneyverse Financial Holding Company? You can have these accounts with us, which means you can purchase the securities with us and then have these accounts with us as well. And the accounts is a security account, trust account, merchant account, investment account, crypto account, collateral account, secured interest account, accounts receivable account, payment account. Those are 9 different types of accounts that Moneyverse Financial Holding Company hosts, and we we host for our members and for our subscription holders. Period. That's just what it is, man. How you feel about that? That was actually only 2 more minutes.
No, it sounds secured, man. It's something that is powerful. It's like if people get on a mission,
Yeah, they will. You
heaven
know,
on earth is made within the next 5 years. If people get on a mission like right now, if we get 1,000 people, if we get 100 people right now to
yeah, 100 to do it, bro. I
100,
mean, 100 to do
I
like
think 10. I think 10 would do it, but
10 serious people.
10, right? 10 dedicated, serious people, because that 10 will bring 10 more people individually, and that 10 will bring 10. You know what I mean? Because, but it starts small like this, and I'm looking because when you said that age of Aquarius coming 125 years and this and that, I was like, okay, yeah, man, this is the mission, man. This is what I've been thinking about and stuff like that. You know, Moses led his people for 400 years.
Mm.
Like for 400 years, he marched through the world. You know what I mean? Through Africa. You feel me? So this one of them the moments, man. That them and it's like right here. It's like right
Fact.
here. You know what I mean? Like it started right here though. 2025. Well, 2006 actually. This bin was constructed in the universe millennials ago. That's how I feel.
Fact.
You know what I mean? Like when I'm reading this, I'm like, yeah, this is some this something very powerful and it's very realistic.
Exactly. That's the whole point. It's very realistic, man. Hey, it's some shit. It's some shit. I think we're gonna stick to the script and keep it what it is, man.
For sure.
I don't think we need to dot any more of these I's. Too many of these ones or crossing too many more of these T's, man.
No, for sure. But look, what I want to do is get on a call with you later on,
Yeah.
if need be, but private side. You feel me?
Yeah.
Let's really because I'm gonna be talking about entering the Love Nation. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be talking
Yeah.
about entering for real. You feel me? So it's like it's about that time, bro. Like I'm man, I'm like I said, bro, I'm with you. You know?
I feel you 1,000,000%, bro, and I do feel you too, man. Just know that I really do feel you. I know it's a divine connection, and I don't even have to have known you. I truly perceive in the most cosmic divine connections, and I see it, man. Know that even when I be talking shit, like I was talking all that shit about niggas and shit, bro. It's a contradictory energy in me. I love and hate these niggas, man.
Yeah,
You know,
same here. But what I
you
learned
feel
is
me? But I don't hate them. You feel me? It's just it's a love. It's a
the
desire to
action.
be connected with. The
Yeah,
hate is the disunity. I hate the disunity.
yeah.
I hate the things
Facts.
that allows us to remain not active.
Facts. But it's really like this. Well, we now our job is to put the energy towards what needs to be done. We put our energy towards love, the energy gonna come back a million folds.
Exactly.
And then as we build in this unity, these niggas gonna put the guns down. Well, actually, they gonna aim the gun at a different
The right
direction
way,
if need be.
if need be.
You know what I mean? But we gotta lead with that energy. We gotta align that energy. We know what I'm up against. I'm in here. I'm in the war zone. You're in the war zone. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure you be looking at Brazil news and seeing some shit that happened somewhere. Boom, like damn, what the
Oh
fuck?
yeah, it's going on everywhere.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's worldwide. So we're smack dab in the middle of the war zone, bro. And we're helping. We're doing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like we're helping people get out the war zone. And you know what I mean? And this is what is needed. And this was gonna happen, bro. Like this ain't no game. Man,
Really
I'm with
ain't.
a billion percent. I'm with you.
Hey, likewise, bro. I appreciate you 1,000,000,000%. See, these are conversations we gotta have. We gotta keep these ones rocking. We gonna blast these ones on these bitch ass niggas. Hey, when I say bitch ass niggas, man, I was a bitch ass nigga too. The moment when I wasn't waking up to my higher purpose. You feel me? That's
Yeah,
just
you
how it is.
feel me? Yeah, we all been there.
Yeah, we here now. So we gonna blast this shit out and we gonna keep doing what we gotta do. Look, honestly, it's a beautiful thing, man, because, man, it's a lot of parts of me. One part of me has already graduated. It's like, man, you did everything you need to do, bro. It's great. I mean, there's been a time in my life, it happened a long ago, where I thought everything after that was just extra. You feel me? I don't know how I made it through that shit, nigga. Everything is
Right.
extra.
I got the moments too.
You know, now it's like, damn, I didn't live extra, and now I'm getting on top of extra.
Yeah.
You feel me? Now it's like I really accomplished my life dreams, bro. And I mean that when I say you can go to Love Nation, nigga, that's done. I don't give a fuck. Like if I was never here no more, it happened. And literally, that's how I feel, man. That's how I feel. Even with this perpetual bond, I'm like, nigga, if nobody ever did nothing, it's done. It's registered. It's in the system. ISIN number popped off. Nigga, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, because why? Because a nigga like me, all I would have needed when I was 18 was to see some shit like this. I wouldn't have needed nobody to teach me nothing, bro. I'm not that nigga. I wouldn't need you to walk me through shit. I'm like, what? What? I see the Love Nation. I'd have read that shit, nigga. I'm on it. I'm on it. I connect the dots, nigga. From here to us taking over the whole world is a wrap.
Right.
So I say that to say the blueprint and shit is here. All this other shit we gotta do, man. It's like the flower unfolding. You know, it's like, I don't know, man. It's just like
It's
to watch
blooming.
people get on it and watch people do shit with it. Yeah, that's kind of needed for it to be something in the 3D world. Yeah, it's guaranteed, bro, because this shit already came. And even if when I say it's guaranteed, I mean the energy of this, it's done. Look, the universe, the way the universe work, and the way I know, I'm not even, bro, I don't even perceive that it all has to happen through Love Nation and through this. Because the way I know the world work is, even as this spark, okay, it's already dropped. Somebody's gonna have the waves in their mind, in their mindset. They're gonna come through creating other shit like this now because it's manifested. It's just the law of manifestation. I don't have to do nothing else right now, and I'm guaranteeing you, if we don't do nothing, not saying that we shouldn't, but if we don't do nothing, I guarantee we're gonna wake up 2, 3, 4, 5 months, and we're gonna see some more motherfuckers doing this type of shit. Why? Because it's in the universe now. It's in stone. But it would be advantageous for us to not fucking fuck off and to be the niggas who make this shit real.
Right. Right. That can't happen. We got to be the ones.
We got to, bro, without a doubt, man. I was just saying, man, you have different milestones in life where you're like, man, when I get that done, bro, it's a wrap. So it's like, damn, bro, I'm just sitting here looking, man. I'm looking and seeing all the shit that it went through to even have this. You feel me? I'm just knowing, man, it is a wrap, bro. Like, this is a blueprint. From this and the Constitution, bro. Any group of people who really want to live any way, they can make it happen, man.
Facts. It's only up from here, man.
Yeah, so I appreciate you, man. We're gonna wrap this one up, man. Do what you gotta do in life. I'm gonna keep on pushing. And tap in later. We'll do it privately.
All right, bet for sure. For some.
All right, bet, love.
All right, love.